Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to work with the AJ kit as I promised. I want to get this one done today because I have another exciting one to do for Monday, so wanted to get this one done, or I won't get it finished, but you know, get a good start on it. Now I use the cover because I don't waste any of it. I use the cover because this side, I love that beautiful world map there, and then I will just cover these in there. Now let me tell you, these papers, some of them do crack a little bit. That's okay. We're going to put either some lace over the edges or something, so that's not going to be a big deal. But what I did, let me show you with another page. That's just to get started. We're going to do this with every page. Let me get that off of there. Grab my trimmer up here. Gotta have my big Mamba Jumba trimmer today. Now on the back side of these little barcodes, there's all sorts of words, so don't throw those away. You can use those in this journal. Let me see. And I know some of you say, oh my goodness, you've got so many little journals going, I can't keep up. I can't keep up sometimes either. But I have them all over here, and I know, you know, which ones I've got going. And what we will do is we're just going to finish them as we can. But I needed to get started on this one because a lot of you have already got your AJ kits, and you're probably sitting there looking at it thinking, what can I do with this? So we're going to then cut this, and this is the crossways, not up and down, but cut it crossways at 6 inches. So you're cutting it right in half. Okay, just like that. So we've got a top part, and then we have the bottom part. So we cut it this way, horizontal, not vertical. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut one more page while I'm at it. Let's see, which one? I love these papers. I may cut this floral one. Yeah, let's cut this one. I love this side. And look at these tabs that it has on it. Automatic tabs. They don't waste any of their paper either. They put something on all of it so that you can use every single piece. So we can cut those out and use them for tabs. Because what we're making is a small journal. Whoops, I didn't cut that in half. We're making a small, never-ending journal. And this is going to be like a thankful journal. So we'll decorate it up, and we'll use it for November to be our thankful journal. So we'll be able to write in it, you know, what you're thankful for, or what you're planning for your feast, your Thanksgiving feast, that kind of thing. So let me get my little, now you can use your big scoreboard. I'm just going to use this little one for now. So you're going to, this is horizontal because my words are reading across this way. We're going to score it at 3. And I scored a couple of times because this is kind of thick paper. And then I'm going to flip it over. This helps keep it from cracking. It doesn't prevent the whole thing, but it'll help. And then we're going to score at 6. And then you're going to flip it back over, and you're going to score that score line again. And when you're scoring, don't press down like really, really hard, because that will make it crack immediately. And I use kind of a medium ball to score with. I don't use a sharp one, which I've got a sharp one, but I don't use it on paper like this because it would just crack. Then you're going to flip it over. I'm sorry, I was talking. So we scored at 3 and 6, and then we're going to flip it around and put it back in here since my scoreboard's not long. And we're going to score it at 3. Then we're going to flip it over. And looks like I might have got that a little bit off. I may have to trim it. And we're scoring at 3 on that side just to help with the folding. Let me show you first before I do anything else. Okay. This is the paper, horizontal, and then we've scored at 3, 6, and 9 basically, but since my scoreboard was little, I just flipped it around. So 3, 6, and 9, and I scored on both sides, But like I said, it sometimes will help with the cracking, but or help prevent the cracking, not help with it. But it doesn't always prevent it. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim this a little bit because the top is a little bit crooked. I must have held my paper in there crooked. And it's really not going to matter because I am going to be adding lots of things to it, but just because I don't like how it looks, I'm going to go ahead and trim it. It was just like a hair, but... And let me grab the other one. Is this the other one? Yes. Make sure that I've got it trimmed. Yep, it's trimmed crooked too. Not a, whoops. Not a lot, but it is. I need to hold it. You gotta hold it, Edith. There we go. Now we got that little hair trimmed off. And like I said, it's not so important that you get everyone just exactly right. But, you know, the closer you can get, the better. Because we're going to add so many embellishments and different things on these that it's not really going to matter if you got it a little bit off. But when I put it in my scoreboard, I can tell that it's a little off. Alright, we're going to score it 3. And I'm doing a light score, but then I'm going to flip it over. And then 6. And then I'm just going to flip it over. And I'm going to score it 3 on this side. And at 6. And it may look like I'm pressing down real hard, but I'm not. So 3 and 6. And then I'm going to flip it around so that I can get to this side. And I'm going to score it at 3. And then flip it over. And at 3. So there again is 3, 6, and 9, your score. And you should have 3 pretty close. But yeah, 3 different sections. Well, 4 different sections, but 3 scores. So it looked like a W. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and score these others off camera, and then I'll come back and we will start putting this little jewel together. Okay, and I'm going to put my other paper away. Look how much we still got left. We can definitely use that. And I am going to be using, we can either make another journal of some type, or we can make something else. We've got that much paper left. It's a ton. I am going to be using these, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them out, but I'm just going to lay them on top right there. Okay, we're going to go back to these, and what we're going to do is fold, accordion fold. Fold it like that. And then I just like to take my bone folder and go over it real well so that it's pressed down and it doesn't start popping up on me. Same thing. And don't worry about the cracking. This is just this type paper. Some paper cracks pretty much, some paper does not. It's just the type paper and the fibers that they use inside the paper. So it's not a big deal. We can fix it. I don't worry about it. Okay, score there, score there. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my corner punch, and I have to use my big one because my small one, it'll go through part of it, but it won't go through these big corners. So we're going to punch every corner with the 1/2 inch on my corner punch. So these, I'm going to leave them folded, put them in there, and I'm going to punch them. I'm going to round them, punch them, whatever you want to call it. So while I'm doing this, and I could cut this part out, but I'll just talk to you while I'm doing it. While I'm doing this, I'll tell you that I have chosen the design team members for the next 6 months, and they have already had an email sent out to them. So if you had applied, make sure that you check your email, because if you don't respond within, I'll give you maybe 3 days, but if you don't respond within that time, then I'm just going to say that you weren't interested, and I'll go on and pick another person. And I picked 8 out of the 15 that had applied. If I didn't pick you, don't think that it was because you didn't do a good job or your pictures wasn't that great or whatever. No, that's not it. It's just that I could only pick 8, and there was so many good ones that had applied. What I did was I just put them in a stack and pulled out 8. That's the only thing I need to do. That would be kind of fair. I did read over every one of them over and over and over again, and I mean, all of you was comparable. I mean, and your images, your creations were just unreal. So no, it wasn't that you weren't talented, because all of you are much more talented than me, I'm telling you. I'll need to have big YouTube channels sharing all kinds of stuff on them. So I did email this morning, so check your email, check your spam folder. It came from my Scrapbooking with Me email. So hopefully you got it. And then we will be, once you respond to the email, just respond. You don't have to go into, elaborate anything. Just say, I got your email, thank you, or something like that. Just so that I know you got it. And then within the next, within this next week, I will be sending out our requirements and, how you can get your digitals, and every time you pick out digitals and that kind of thing. And then we'll gear up to start the 1st of November, because I don't want to start in the middle of a month. So we'll just get everything geared to start the 1st of November. All right, we've got all of these punched. Doesn't take but a minute with this big old punch. Okay, let's see. I think that's all of them. So what we did, as you can see here, we punched all of the corners. And on these, I just folded them and punched. So we've got all of our corners punched. And they're accordion folded. Now, if you'd rather fold them this way, it doesn't matter, because we're going to be decorating the sides of them anyway, so it doesn't matter which way you fold. I just make sure that you put them together the right way up, and I'm trying to see which way's the right way on this one. I'm thinking. Well, this has writing that goes in every direction, so I couldn't tell you. I don't have a clue. I'm thinking that word is that way, so it's that way. We're just going to put these together, and I'll show you what we're going to do here in a second. I'm just going to get them put together the best I know right now. So that one, and then these are just some that I cut from the cover. That's the cover, so I want to use those. Make sure I get them the right way up. And you can use any paper that you have. You don't have to have the AJ kit. You can use your digital papers. You can use old scrapbook paper that you had in your stash, whatever. I used 3 sheets to do this right here. And look at those. Aren't they cute already? But what we're going to do is we're going to decide how we want these to be. Each one of these is going to be a signature. So we're going to decide how we want these put together. And I'm thinking that I want those two like that. I don't want that one put there because it's same on the inside. So I'm going to put that one there. And again, make sure that you've got them the right way up. Some of these papers is a little bit hard to tell. So then I will put this one there. And then, no, let's see. Then this one. I want to put this one next, and then this one on the top. So that's how I want to put them together right there. Now the first thing I'm going to do is ink around all of them, as I always do, and that will just cover up any little white areas where these are cracking. Even though we're going to cover this, I'm still going to ink it, and then I will come back. I'm not going to show all the inking on camera because you guys know how to ink. But after I get everything inked, we'll come back and we'll start putting this little guy together. It's going to be so, so cute, I think, anyway. And I may be wrong. I've not made one of these in many, many years, but we're going to try it and see what comes out. Okay, I do have quite a bit of cracking going on in some of those joints, or some of where I scored them, and that's not a problem because we're going to fix it. This is just like packing tape. It is Echo True is the name of it. And if I remember, I'll link it below. I just grab it off of Amazon. But it's like when you pack product, you can use this tape. And then what I'm going to do, and these are not going to be straight cut at all. I would normally put it down on my self-healing mat. Let's see if I can. Maybe I can. Okay. Put it down on your self-healing mat. Put it down straight, and it's really, really sticky. Now, you don't have to do this. You can use whatever you have. This is just what I'm going to use. Let's see if I've got a... Well, I don't know where my knife ended up, so we're going to try to do it this way. Let's see. I think about that way it's going to work. And then I'm just going to divide the difference. Like I said, it's not going to be straight, but this is going to be covered, so it's not a big deal. I normally have my little knife, but what did I do with it? Ha! Found it. Okay. So then all we're going to do is, I'm going to put the metal side of the ruler up here. And then I'll just trim this. Okay. And this is only going to get, you know, 1 or 2, but we'll get started with this anyway. So there was one that really, when I was inking, I grabbed it in the wrong way, and it really tore. This might have been this one. But like I said, don't worry about it. This is going to be covered with lace, trim, some kind. I made these a little bit long, so we're just going to trim them off. And you don't have to go all the way to the end with this tape. It's just, you're just putting it on there to hold your seam. That's all in the world you're doing. And I'm only going to tape one on camera, and then I'll tape the others off. Just kind of so you can see what I'm doing here. This tape is very, very sticky, and it holds wonderful. And see, I could even put these scrap pieces on there. I don't waste anything, so we'll just put these on. They don't even have to meet. You can use washi tape for this, but just make sure if you use washi that you're using one that is really, really sticky. Or that you put a lot of tape in behind it, because it needs to be very, very sticky. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there. Now see, they still fold just fine with no problem. You don't have to put one on both sides, but you can if you want to. I'm going to put a little piece of trim down on the inside anyway, so that will work. Alright, now I can glue these other ones after I put everything together. I can go back and glue these. Or put the tape on, I should say. So now I had these laid like I wanted to put them together. So let's hope that that one goes there, this one's the next, and it goes on top. I want to fold it the other way. There. This one. And it really doesn't matter which way you put these together, because we're going to be decorating them anyway. I just trying to put the ones that I like on the top. Let's see, that one would go. Hold it there and there. That one's going to go that way. So I think that's the way they're going to go together right there. And then what I'm going to do is, there's 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, and then you've got your 4th page right here. And then this one is going to join to that page. It's going to join to this page right here. Now, this is where you can do some different things with this. You can lap this over and join it, and that can be a little pocket. It's going to make this page a little bit thicker, but you can do that. Or you can just join it at the end, which is what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to put extra pockets and things in mine anyway. I'm going to grab this little piece of tape under here. Well, I said I was. Oh, that stuff is sticky. So I'm just going to butt it up against that one and try to get it as straight as possible, which is a dilemma with Edith, I'm telling you. But just, you know, somewhat near straight. Then make sure that you press that down. Remember, that will be covered. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to go on to this end. This is our next one. And just make sure that you're joining them the right way up. And I think this one, yep, that's the right way. I had to look on the other side, but then there's the map. So we got that. I'm going to go ahead and pull a piece of this off, and then I'll just cut it. I don't necessarily need it straight, so I won't even use my knife. I'll just cut. So I'm not going to be showing this in the end anyway. My scissors don't like cutting it, but oh wells. Okay, butt this up and then join it right there. Oops. And don't do like Edith does and let it slip. And I'm going to cut that off right there. Okay, and then we're going to go on down. Now, you don't have to use this many signatures. You can just put 2 in it if you want. You know me. I go big or go home. It's like adding pockets and things to my journal. I never know when to stop. I just want to keep going and going and going and going. All right, we got this one next. So that would go that way. If you want one of these kits, and this is just the paper out of it, there's other items, and I did show it on a video the other day, the other items that you get in here, but if you want one of these kits, go ahead and grab it, because I think we only have, I want to say 4 left. I think the other ones have already sold. And I'll just kind of hold the package up here in a minute and show you what the package looks like. Okay. Look at that. It's going down. This is going to be a big journal. Oh, I should have cut out a few pages or a few signatures here, but oh well. All right, that one's going to go there. And remember, if you get this a little bit off, don't stress over it. It's not a big deal. It will all come out in the wash. Believe me. Alright, that tape. Alright, then here. Oh, and by the way, that tape is good for just about anything. So you can use it for all sorts of goodies. Not just this. You can even stamp on this tape. It's just a good tape to have around, and it's very inexpensive. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to slam it down. It's very inexpensive. Gracious, and it's very sticky. Alright, so we'll put this together right there. I got it. See, I got a little crook right there. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to press it down. It's still going to hold, and it's going to be covered in the end, so not to worry. Alright, making sure I got them all the right way up. The camera's the right way up. That's the right way up. Come on, come back here. Yep, that's the right way up. Yes. Alright, there's our little journal. It's the start of it anyway. Look at that. So many pages for us to decorate. But the thing of it is we're going to use this for our November gratitude journal or thankfulness journal, whatever you want to call it. So we should have 30 pages in the 30 days in November. So let's just say we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, and then we got the back sides. So we've got plenty of pages to work on and to use for our gratitude. And here on the front, we'll decorate this up as, you know, thankfulness or gratitude journal, whatever. We'll put some words and things on it, and then we'll decorate some of the pages. But I think it's going to be so cute. And then, like I said, we'll put lace in these joints. We'll put some washi tape in them. We'll do all sorts of things as we go through and decorate. But I wanted to show you how to get started on it like this. So go ahead and get started on your journal. If you want to make one of these, go ahead and cut your pages out. 3 pages, cut horizontally. Make sure you take off your barcode at the bottom. And then cut them horizontally. Round your corners if you want your corners rounded. You might not want to. And then score it 3, 6, and 9. And then just join them together. And you've got a beautiful little gratitude journal that is a never-ending little folio. I love it. Oh, look at that. Hey, I can do this all day. And then we'll tie it together with some pretty, I may even tie it together with some of this. That would be so pretty. And it's got those colors in it, if you notice. See, it's got those colors in it for your fall, but yet it's not overbearing. But it has your autumn colors and then your teals and blues. So that's going to be cute. We'll tie it together with that. And we will come back and we'll decorate each page. And I may not decorate all the pages until I start to use that page. Now we'll decorate the front and get it really, really pretty. But like this would be day 1. This is going to be my cover. This is going to be day 1 in November. So I may just wait until I, you know, put my little gratitude statement or whatever on there and then decorate that page. And then this will be 2 and go, you know, so on and so forth. And that way I'll decorate each one as I go through instead of decorating them all and then saying, oh man, I wish I'd left so-and-so open. So I think that'll be cute. We'll put some little pockets in, little side tucks. We'll make some little tags. This is going to be cute and fun. All right, guys, grab your AJ kit. Get this paper. This paper is awesome for fall. It's got the right colors in it. I mean, it is fantastic. I love it. So grab your AJ kit if you want one. There are only, I think, 4 left. This is the kit, the way it looks. There's all your paper, and then you get extra paper, cardstock, some of my favorite backing paper. This is a drawing paper, some newsprint paper. You get this, oh, that would be pretty to tie it together with too. And then some of these little wood pieces that I showed you the other day that we had, oh, I can't get in here. So we can even use some of these in here because it's not going to matter if it gets thicker. We've got plenty of room in here. We could even use some of those. And you could use some little pieces to, look, listen to my brain. It's going 90 miles an hour. Let me grab one. We could use some little pieces like this. You know, I colored one of these the other day. It's around here somewhere. There it is, underneath. Grab that. Because you got this little bottle of ocean blue matte patina texture paint. We could use that like on the edge, put a little charm on it or something. There's tons of things. Then you got book page, you got your enamel dots, you've got the Tim Holtz pack of number strips, wood, you got some string, you also got a needle in here. Right down here is your needle and your patina. So tons of things in this kit. Oh, and you also got Melina's little travel. Look at this. It's got, she made this and printed it out and put it in the kit. And you can cut these out and use them inside your journal. It's like little travel pieces. So absolutely fun. I think, is there 1 page or 2? I think it's just one page on that. But grab those while they last because they will go in a hurry. Like I said, I think we only have 4 left. Some of them have already sold. But grab it and let's make one of these little journals. We'll come back probably one day next week and I'll decorate the front and bring you along with me so that you can see how I'm decorating it. Not necessarily how you're going to decorate yours, but I'm just going to decorate it in, you know, like, I don't know, I may put some little pumpkins on there, some fall flowers, and then I'm going to use mine for gratitude, so I'll put gratitude on it, and I may even put thankfulness on there too. But we'll do some cute stuff with this. Alright guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you make one of these and then show me what you're making over on our Facebook page. The link will be below anyway. Alright, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.